We are on the go with Joe, and today he's learning about an event that combines delicious food and wine with one very gourmet ingredient.
Joe is live with one award-winning chef that will be part of the Oregon Truffle Festival. Joe, good morning.
Yes, good morning, guys. Very excited to be here. We're at OK Omens this morning. The privilege of being joined by Mr. Gregory Gourdet, Executive Chef at Departure. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
Well, great to see you. Chef Gregory is going to be participating in the Oregon Truffle Festival. It gets underway this weekend in Eugene. It's actually 2 weekends, one in Eugene and then one in Newburgh in February. Chef Gregory is going to be a part of the Grand Truffle Dinner, which will take place this weekend in Eugene. First of all, we're going to get to the dish that you're making here, but walk me through truffles. I mean, they're such a mysterious ingredient.
Yes.
They are grown here in Oregon, one of the top producing regions in the country. What do they add to a dish, truffles?
Add umami, which is kind of like the fifth flavor. It's just like a great sense of deliciousness. It's actually a chemical compound found in lots of foods like mushrooms, shellfish, seafood, but truffles have a really, really high percentage of them. So they basically just make everything delicious.
And they smell amazing, too. Such a unique aroma. Now, as I mentioned, Chef is one of several people that will be participating in the Grand Truffle Dinner. You're making something right now. And the people that have been to Departure know you have the Asian-inspired cuisine.
Indeed.
What are you whipping up this morning to show us?
So the thing with truffles is you really don't want to make anything to kind of fight them. You want to kind of complement them as much as possible. So shellfish is a really great choice. So we have some really beautiful scallops, some Oregon Dungeness crab, and then a really clean coconut milk broth that's been infused with a little bit of shellfish.
Okay.
And then we'll finish it with some herbs, some lightly pickled pears, and lots of Oregon black truffle, and there you go.
All right, so I'm going to let you take control here. Show us how we put this together then, Chef.
So we have our broth. It's been seasoned already. I'm just going to add a little pinch of cayenne, just a little bit more salt. We have our scallop, just a little bit of salt, nice and golden.
I love this. Now, while Chef's doing this, I'm going to tell you about the Truffle Festival itself. There's a number of events. It's not just this great dinner, but they actually have truffle dog demonstrations. There's a truffle dog, the dogs that sniff out truffles. You're going to be learning about that. You can have this great food. There's wine pairings as well. And as I mentioned, it's 2 weekends. One weekend in Eugene, and then another one that's going to be taking place in Newburgh, because the Willamette Valley is kind of the hot spot for Oregon truffles here.
All right,
Chef. So we got our big scallop there.
Big scallop. That is ready to go.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, go ahead, Kim.
To me, this is an intimidating ingredient to cook with because a little goes a long way, right?
Yeah. Oh, it sure does. Yeah, you can see they shave them down. And not only does a little bit go a long way, but, it's not the cheapest ingredient in the world. So these Oregon truffles, Kim and Shauna, take a wager, or take a guess. What do you think they might run you there, those Oregon truffles?
Our producer kind of spoiled it, told us in the break. So why don't you go ahead and tell our viewers? It's very expensive.
$400 a pound. There you go. So obviously, as you said, a little bit goes a long way. So Chef, we've got that seared,
You have the beautiful scallop.
You have some Dungeness crab.
Pears.
Okay.
I'm going to throw in a little bit of truffle into the broth. The thing with truffles is you want to thin them nice and thin to increase their surface area and release a little bit more flavor.
Yes.
And if you heat them gently, you get those aromas. It's really, really wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
So incredible. And again, Chef Gregory will be a part. Oh, wait, what do we add in there? Is that cilantro?
A little herb mix from our gardens at the restaurant.
Love it.
And then you have your broth.
Look at that.
And of course, a little bit more truffle on top.
Of course. Chef Gregory, you've outdone yourself as usual. Thank you very much. Look at that, guys. Woo! What was the word? Umami?
Umami.
Umami. Let me tell you something. Chef Gregory, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Delicious as always. And guys, we're going to have a lot more as we tell you all about the Oregon Truffle Festival coming up a little bit later in the show. And I need a spoon. Back to you.
Oh, I'm so envious. I love truffle.
You know what, too? Chef Gregory is a treasure. He's like a Portland treasure, isn't he?